So, I'm not sure if you've ever experienced something like this before, and Michelle's fairly certain that like this isn't going on in our new house. Um, but kind of just feeling a presence, like something's there,
Like there's presents in the closet.
like presents in the closet for Christmas.
Yeah, I feel it all the time. No, I get where you're going with
Yeah.
this. I think everybody has that feeling in their lives, like somebody's watching over me, and
Yeah.
you can mentally reproduce that feeling, whether or not it's a ghost or something like that. It's hard to say. We have no evidence for or against it.
I wonder if, because I like to think of myself as somewhat superstitious. Superstitious.
My stitches are so strong. Pew! All right, go ahead.
But superstitious. I like to kind of like believe that, hey, maybe there's something such as ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
But what if what we all like perceive as that is really something like the machinations of our minds?
That's a very good thought.
So kind of delving into like what is it that makes up, the paranormal world.
So is that what we're talking about today?
Paranormal worlds.
Paranormal.
Paranormal.
Hello and welcome to Big Spoon.
Little Spoon. What? We keep switching that one up.
Yeah, that's because I started. It's fine. No worries. Welcome to Big Spoon, Little Spoon. I'm Nick Drago.
I'm Jamie Grum.
Perfect. There we go. We're on the right page, right? We're
Yes.
good? Okay,
Well, am
great.
I Nick Drago?
I don't know. Who's who? Email us. wehateforks@gmail.com.
Oh boy.
No, I'm Nick Drago. He's Jamie Grum. And this is Big Spoon, Little Spoon. Every
Yep.
week we take a topic, we pull it out of the hat,
Yep.
and we don't know what it's going to be. We're just going to read it and start talking about it.
Yes.
So today's topic was given to us by a fan. It is the paranormal.
Yes.
This is a pretty solid topic.
Yeah, and so this comes from my wife, Michelle Grum, and I'm surprised that she put this one on here, because we had that episode back a few weeks ago with zombies, and I told you guys that she's normally the first person to like shut that out. However, when we were in our apartment back in King of Prussia, we definitely felt like there was something there, and weren't too sure what it was, but every once in a while something got moved, and we would hear it move like down the hall. It was really weird, or we'd hear footsteps. So, and we both heard it. So that's why I was kind of talking about before, like, is it in the mind, or does it exist? But at the same time, is it just because we might have tricked ourselves to feel like we were hearing the same thing?
It could go either way here. Now, first off, you lived in an apartment with very thin walls.
Yes, but this wasn't coming from upstairs. This was like...
But that's what I mean, is that it may have just been an illusion, that it felt like it sounded like it was coming from your floor when it wasn't.
How would you explain certain things moving, though?
You have 2 cats.
Cats weren't around at the time.
This is before you had the cats?
Before we even brought Inky over there. This was in the beginning. So when it started happening more, even though they were there, it would be like, where are the cats? They're not there.
I forget where I leave stuff all the time. So the problem with ghosts is...
Yeah. I'm not talking about like, this was here, now it's there. I'm talking about like, we heard something move, we look, and it's moving.
You could see something moving?
Yes.
Well, that's pretty messed up.
Okay, shades would literally just go like as if something did move there, and then I'd look and see the cats laying down somewhere else.
I definitely think there's a real possibility of there being ghosts. And I always think about it. My wife is convinced that my parents' house is haunted.
Weren't they the first ones there?
No, there were other people who lived there before them. There's another family there before them.
Oh man, now I can never...
But before that, before that it was just woods. So there could be people who have died like in those woods.
Rusty.
And then, Rusty. Rusty's not real. Rusty's a character that Jamie had made up for fun, and he loves Rust. That's basically it.
You know what I love most? I love Rust.
I can't believe you can still do the voice.
I know.
I'm kind of impressed. Yeah,
bit.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that ghosts, it's a very real possibility.
Uh-huh.
The one issue I have is, why do only humans become ghosts? So
not only humans.
Have you seen Master of None?
Animals too.
Well, so have you seen the show Master of None with Aziz Ansari? It's on Netflix.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this topic comes up on the show,
Mm-hmm.
is that why is it that we don't see koala ghosts or rattlesnake ghosts or any type of animal ghosts?
But there are animal ghosts.
It only seems to be dogs.
Or cats.
Uh-huh.
Or gorillas. So
Gorilla ghosts?
I think there's a story, I might have to look this up, it might not be a gorilla, but I remember reading a story about a zoo having a exhibit that had like a spirit or something from, one of their animals that died there.
Is it Harambe at the
You know what's
Cincinnati
funny?
Zoo? Because if it is, I'm
That
going to
would
get
be
really mad.
I mean, that would be messed up too.
I hate
Harambe
that people
shows up.
still talk about this today.
How many years later now?
I think it's been, 3 years?
3 years.
Maybe,
Yeah.
yeah, just about
2016 just got
okay.
weird.
But
yeah, there are cases of animal ghosts, and I'm just thinking, like, if it's not because koala, it's like who wronged a koala for it to be a ghost?
He comes back like, how could you hurt me? I just want to eat eucalyptus.
I feel like in any cases it would be the koala causing a human to be a ghost because of the fact that they warn people of like koalas falling out of trees.
Oh, maybe. All right.
So, yeah, anything.
So have you ever seen a ghost?
I just feel like I've felt the presence of a ghost.
That's fair.
I've never seen a ghost.
That's fair.
Just felt presence, and it sometimes will come in like weird forms of deja vu. It's really weird. Like it'll feel familiar.
Interesting. So when we were kids, Ian, one of our friends, and I were convinced that his house was haunted.
Oh, I had another Ian story for you. Continue this.
We used to hear like music in his living room and claim that we would see things. Couldn't really prove any of it.
That house made some freaking noise, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That house made noise.
So we used to go to the bathrooms in shifts.
Yeah.
Whereas like we'd go together,
Mm-hmm.
we'd have like one person would be like facing the door
Mm-hmm.
just in case the other person would use the bathroom, and then we'd switch.
Yeah.
Just
wow.
the only rooms in the house that were safe, we were convinced, was his room, or at the time his sister's room, which eventually became his room. Those were the only two rooms we were convinced were safe.
Yeah.
It's just how it was. So what if I told you I had a friend
Mm-hmm.
who is a paranormal investigator?
We need to get him on this show.
I think we should.
Oh my gosh.
So,
you know what? That would be kind of cool to do like a side thing. It's like a paranormal podcast, and he'd be like our paranormal expert that goes out.
A whole podcast? I don't know if I can do a whole podcast about this. But, so I actually went on a ghost hunt. And
that sounds so cool.
So they live in Ellington, Pennsylvania. Oh my gosh, hold on a second. I forgot to mention, last week we did regional foods.
Yes.
Right? And so we ordered delivery.
Is it here?
No, not yet. But just for those of you watching at home, I will have to go and answer the door and get the food. It took them a whole week to get here. I know, I'm just as surprised. No, we filmed this all in one day, so we will be eating halfway through the show. Sorry. So, the Ellington, Connecticut.
How did that even make you think of the food?
I don't know. Because I looked at what time it was on my phone.
Okay.
The Ellington Paranormal Society.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We did a ghost hunt. It was in this old library.
Mm-hmm.
And so I want to set the scene for you. We had done this ghost hunt. It was okay. Nothing really happened, but whatever. At one point, like, the lights went on and off. Because he asked them a question. They go around, they ask the ghosts questions. And he said, can you turn this flashlight on and off? And the lights in the room went on and off. And I was like, oh my god, is that a ghost? He's like, nah, it's just the circuits. Like, what? Like, you just asked this thing to turn on a light, and it just turned on those lights, just the wrong one.
Because the flashlight wasn't connected to anything.
I guess. I don't know. I thought it was weird, but whatever. Anyway, so a week later, I run into him. He's listening to like what we found, and I'm like, hey, did we find anything? And he said, you gotta listen to this. And I'm like, oh, well, what is it? And so, to set the scene for you, what he's listening to. What?
I'm getting goosebumps.
You're getting goosebumps. Just wait. It's gonna get goosebumpier. So to set the scene for you, this is what the recording is that he has just listened to.
Okay.
This happened during the night. We're in this big room in the library, and it's me, it's him, our photographer, because we were filming this for the TV station, and his high school friend. We'll call him Billy for the sake of the story. He gets called into another room. He says, I'll be right back, guys. And he walks into the other room. And so I'm sitting there. I turned to Billy, and I said, hey, Billy, have you ever seen a ghost? And Billy's like, oh, well, no, not really. And I said, huh. John says he did. I don't think I believe him, though. And so he caught this whole interaction on tape of me telling him that I didn't believe his story about the ghosts. So,
oh, no.
So, example of foot in mouth. Yeah.
What a ghost story, man. That's great.
Yeah.
I was expecting, like, you were going to be like, and then we heard it say something like, ooga booga.
No. And you know what? I think
so
a lot of ghost hunting, if you watch those shows, it's inconclusive.
Yeah.
They can't prove or deny any of this stuff. A lot of it's made up. A lot of it's not real, what you're seeing on TV. But it doesn't mean that ghosts don't exist.
Yeah.
I get that feeling all the time that somebody's in the room, you know. Yeah. But
I feel that way in my attic.
My wife's convinced that this apartment's not haunted. And I agree.
And that's what
I
Michelle
don't think
feels like. So maybe I'm just
But
then
you hear the weird stories like psychics, things that they've said or heard or things like that. Not like the ones on TV. Those are so fake.
Yeah.
But that's okay. Sometimes that just happens.
Yeah.
I don't know. What was the other paranormal thing I was going to bring up? Oh my gosh. I don't know. What else do you have?
So, let's see. I'm trying to think because I had something before and then we kind of went a little off there. So.
You said you had another Ian story. Does it pertain to ghosts?
Oh, yeah, that was what it was. So, we were hanging out one night at my place on Long Island, and like we weren't drinking or anything, you know, like we were totally just like playing video games, and we were just talking, and he kind of just looks at me like this, and just says the most random stuff, like gibberish. It's words, but just nothing at all. And then all of a sudden, after he said, I'm literally like, what the hell? Like, so random, right? And then all of a sudden, the pots and pans in the kitchen just started, like, going like, psh.
Interesting.
And that, I got up, he, like, snapped out. I was like, what? It was just so weird that happened. And we've never been able to, like, figure out what the heck that was.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy.
Right after he did that is when the pans, I guess, settled.
Did you ever... So in my parents' house, you know there's that skylight that hangs over the staircase?
Yeah.
So Hannah's convinced that that's where the ghost is.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
You're never going to want to go up my stairs at night ever again.
Oh, man, dude. That's crazy. Because you know what? The only thing I could think of with that is someone hung on themselves.
Yeah, that's what she said, but that didn't happen in the house. Because there's only been one other owner beyond us. It's a fairly new house.
Okay.
So, but there is a story of a little girl. Actually, I have two stories. One was this little girl who, this was something I read on the internet, so it's probably not real. Yeah. But she said to her father something along those lines. She was standing there talking to her father, and she's making funny faces. And the father's like, what are you doing? She's like, there's a little girl up there. I'm making faces to her.
Where is this?
This was a story I read online.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just...
Hello? Are you still with me?
I'm sorry, I'm just...
So she said, I'm making funny faces.
Now.
There's a little girl on the stairs. I'm making funny faces to her. I'm mimicking her. And so he looks back, there's nobody there, and he turns back and sees his daughter, and the face that she's mimicking is this.
Oh.
You got the goose pimples, don't you?
Oh.
Okay, so that was a fake, most likely a fake story. Real story, though. A friend of ours, if I recall, his kid sees ghosts. That's what he's claimed. He said sometimes his kid will just stop what he's doing and stare at the corner. Whoa. And he'll be like, "What are you doing?" And he'll just point at the corner. He can't speak yet. He's young. And one day, apparently, our food might be here. I just heard a door open. Not ours. You're fine. We're fine. One day, he was at his mother's house and said something about the ghost. He was talking out loud. And I think his mother came in and said, "Who are you talking to?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm talking to my friend so-and-so. Sometimes he likes to sleep with me, so I'll talk to him. But he said tonight he's going to sleep in your bed so that he can keep you company."
Oh, that's weird.
That's weird. Every kid has imaginary friends. But how many of those imaginary friends? Maybe they're ghosts.
Yeah, I mean, I had my imaginary friends until I, told everyone that I killed them.
You killed your imaginary friends?
Okay, so my cousins and I, we all had our imaginary friends growing up. Like when we were in New Hampshire, we'd pretend like we had our imaginary friends with us.
Yeah.
But we started to get to the age where we didn't want to bring them up anymore. So we had to find a way to, get rid of them.
Oh, God. Did you, plan this intricate murder of imaginary friends? Did you use a real knife or an imaginary knife? Where are the bodies, Jamie? Did you actually dig a hole to bury the bodies in?
They're in the lake in New Hampshire.
Oh, my... Is that really what you did to them?
One of them, my cousin attached balloons to, and...
Real balloons or imaginary balloons?
Real balloons.
You actually blew up balloons?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
These are just things that we would say to be like, so we could be like, we don't have them anymore. Like, it was just, we had to just stop it there. We made a pact to get rid of our imaginary friends.
My imaginary friend, his name was, I think his name was Giggy.
Giggy?
And he lived in the drain pipe.
That's weird.
So I used to talk to the drain pipe.
No!
And he had a dog named French Fry. And eventually he moved away. I think he moved away to live with my aunt or something. So he lives in her drain pipe now. Yep. He was like a big... if I recall, he was like a big blue monster.
So did anyone ever be like, "What are you doing talking to the drain pipe?"
No, my parents knew that was just my imaginary friend. Mm-hmm. My sister's imaginary friend. Mm-hmm. So my sister's name is Nadine. Her imaginary friend was Nadine. And it was basically a clone of her. And I think they got into a big fight. And that was it. And they were done. So, yeah, so maybe some imaginary friends aren't as imaginary as we may think.
Well, for kids, maybe. I don't know. I don't remember ever having, a connection that was like that. Like, where, I really had an imaginary friend. My imaginations were, I want to play with Legos and literally pretend like I'm having them act like some action movie out. And I'd literally, go, leave them be, come back, and remember right where I was in the story.
Oh, yeah. I used to do that, too.
But yeah, I was wondering if, maybe it is, our imagination can sometimes go wild, and that's why we experience these things. I mean, certain things like the pans moving, that was so circumstantial that, it just really freaked us out. And then him talking like that.
Yeah. That
was weird. I gotta see if you could get him to comment on this one and be like, that happened, because it...
Yeah, we're gonna need a definitive answer from him.
That really did happen. It was just so weird that it happened. But, yeah, I've never really, certain things... Oh, I got a good one. I got a really good one.
Alright, let's do this and then we'll go to a commercial.
Yeah. Alright, so, Ronkonkoma Lake.
Oh, man.
Do you know the story of Ronkonkoma Lake?
Yeah, the Indian princess who drags, boys into the water.
Yep.
And real people have died in that lake.
Yeah, now they say it's because sometimes there's, this seaweed that traps them. But there is a theory that because the lake is actually formed because an ice
it's a glacier.
A glacier had melted there, and so it gets to a point where it's very rocky in the center. So then those rocks at the bottom, there's a channel that leads to the ocean there. Mm-hmm. I don't know how much that's true because it's a freshwater lake.
I don't know.
Anyway, so I was at someone's Sweet 16 party at a place that was near there. And, I was just talking and I was looking outside, and I knew some people were going to go down to the shore, just go hang out down there. And I see this person, but oh my god, this is a freaking real true thing that I experienced, because I don't know how to explain this person.
Carry on, tell the story.
Okay, so this lady figure that I saw down there sees these people walking over, and I just thought she was someone that was already down there. But she gets up, she's shocked that people are coming, and then she runs, but the second she goes behind the tree, gone, doesn't come out the other side.
Interesting.
And this is not like a tree that you can just hide behind. The figure of her would have been bigger than you could be able to hide behind that tree. Doesn't come out the other side of the tree. You would have seen something if she was hiding behind there. And I just didn't look like she was wearing any clothes that would be something from this party. It just looked like...
So you saw a naked lady ghost?
I didn't see a naked lady ghost.
You said she wasn't wearing clothes.
No, she wasn't wearing any of the clothes that were at the party.
Oh.
It
okay.
looked like clothes that you would not normally see someone wearing, and that she just disappeared.
Interesting.
Black haired, it was really weird. And I went down there to investigate, and I was like, was anyone else down here when you got here? They're like, nope. So, and that might have been...
Maybe you saw a ghost. Maybe you saw the Indian princess.
The Indian princess.
You don't know.
My mother actually was on that lake, and with a boyfriend of hers at the time, and they were rowing on it, and he fell off, and she thought that he drowned. So, because he got, stuck in the seaweed, I guess, to the point where she left, thought that he was gone.
Where did she go?
I don't know why. I don't know.
I
think she went to go get help, but then she never saw the aftermath of it, so she always thought that he drowned.
How long did she was it 30 seconds? He's obviously drowned. Goodbye.
I was a kid when she was telling me this, so I could be remembering differently, but I just remember one time we went to an AA meeting that she was going to, and this freaking guy was there, and she thought that he was dead.
She literally was like, oh my god, you're alive?
I left you to drown.
Oh.
I'm probably remembering the story wrong. I'm pretty sure that they didn't find him or something like that, but wouldn't you be able to...
Maybe she tipped the boat.
No.
And tried to leave him in the lake.
Dude.
And then she was so blown away, your mom's a murderer.
My mom's not a...
No, of course not.
My mom? But let's go take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break.
Food will be getting here soon.
Should be getting here very soon.
And then we'll be back with some paranormal research.
Bam.
Hi friends, I'm Nick Drago, host of Sports with Nick Drago. Are you looking for a podcast that's going to give you all the sports news and information and just have a lot of fun doing it? Well, this might be the one for you. Sports with Nick Drago. We're on every Sunday, and you can find us on Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, and the YouTube. Just type in Sports with Nick Drago. That's me. We'll talk all about some sports. We'll have a little fun, maybe some laughs. You know how it goes. You can find us wherever you like to listen to your podcasts.
And welcome back to the program. Spooky day. Spooky ghost day.
I wonder if this one will be aired on
Halloween. Oh, I have to do some math to figure it out. Too much math for me right now.
Maybe. We have a lot banked right now. I bet you it would.
This will probably air sometime in October.
Yeah.
It could be the 1st of October. It could be later on. But yeah, no, there's a good shot that we're watching this one close to Halloween.
Cool.
Sweet. So, you said you believe in the ghosts.
I believe in ghosts. I've never been able to totally confirm.
Of course.
So.
But that means that you are on the same side as 34% of Americans.
Whoa.
28% of Canadians, and about 40% of Britons.
Wow.
So there are a lot of people in the English-speaking world that do believe that there is something out there.
Yeah. And, I believe in other things as well, but, it's just, because they say, religious people shouldn't believe in ghosts, but...
Why is that? The Holy Spirit is a ghost.
I think that would be the only ghost then. I don't know. I need to look into that.
Jesus comes back to life. Why wouldn't they wait? I don't understand. Why wouldn't they believe in ghosts?
I don't know. I'd have to look that up. I've just heard that before.
Okay. Sorry. You go ahead.
But yeah, I just feel like there's something else that, there's more to life than just the physical being, I guess you could say.
A part of me feels like is that people wish there is more after we die.
Yeah,
and
maybe
so
that's what it
ghost is. It's convenient, it makes sense, and there's no way to disprove it, but there's also no way to prove it. So it gives you that hope of... Sorry, I have the hiccups. That hope of life after death.
Mm-hmm.
And in our own weird way, that's hauntingly beautiful.
Oh. Hauntingly beautiful.
Mm-hmm. That's about the extent of research I've ever found. So what do you have?
I kind of like the idea of staying a little local for this one, and I know it's not like we're talking about, like, is it in our mind or anything like that, but I found a lot of places that are in Philly and stuff that's, like, right around the corner from here, that maybe one day we can do, like, a ghost tour.
Okay.
I found the 16 most haunted locations in Philly.
Oh, my goodness.
And it also says, boo!
Oh. Well, that got me.
There's this one here that I think would be kind of cool to check out. It is the Clive Den, or the Benjamin Shoe House. Was the site of one of the bloodiest battles of Germantown in 1777.
Oh, that's super around the corner.
Yeah.
We're in Germantown.
Yeah, today the beautiful Georgian-style house sits on 6 acres and is apparently haunted by soldiers who fought and died during the battle.
Interesting. Well, that's pretty neat.
So, and there's another one in Germantown. So this one's called Grumblethorpe.
Come on, you're making that up.
No,
it's called Grumblethorpe?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Wait till you hear the story. You won't be laughing. Built way back in 1744, this was the home of John Wister, a Philadelphia merchant and wine importer, but during the Battle of Germantown, it was occupied by the British Army's General James Agnew, who was ultimately shot and killed at this very site. His bloodstains remain.
Oh, man.
And he is said to haunt the house.
Did you hear the door? Wait. Okay, everyone calm down. Keep talking.
Okay.
I'm going to go get our food.
Get our food. Oh, boy. Wow.
Telling everybody. We just heard a knock on the door. Go ahead, you continue.
Okay, so I also have here... now this one is around the corner as well. It's called the Laurel Hill Cemetery. One of the city's most historic cemeteries, has 70 plus acres of land for ghosts of the city's past to roam, including General George Meade. In fact, the cemetery hosts a haunted ghost tour around Halloween every year that's very popular and currently sold out.
That sounds amazing.
Yes.
It's already sold out for next year?
It's already sold out.
What,
well, this was a while ago, this article, so maybe...
Can you give a source on this article?
This one's at phillycurbed.com.
Oh, okay.
So I could put a link on this one if you want to save it, because it's got a lot of cool stuff on there.
Why don't you hold on to it?
Yeah.
And give us like one more from the list, and then we can put it on the Facebook page.
Okay, so more stuff in Philly, which is, let me see this one. The City Tavern. Okay, this one was kind of chilling. The Founding Fathers' stomping grounds for beer and bites is said to be haunted by a bride and her friends that were killed when the tavern burnt down in 1834. People have claimed to see moving tables, clinking silverware, and a ghost in a wedding gown.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and there's a lot more on this, so many more that I, would love to just go through all of them, but I'll leave the link on there so you can check it out. But Philly is apparently a very haunted place.
Very haunted place. Yeah. So is Savannah, where we were before.
When we did the ghost tour.
31 different ghost tours. It's the more than any other place in the world.
Remember that place where this used to be a hospital during the Civil War.
Now it's a hotel, right?
Now it's a hotel, and there were people in the hotel messing with us.
They were turning the lights on and off. And
yeah.
So what I will say about the ghost tours is that personally, it's not like you're going to be seeing ghosts or like going into abandoned buildings or anything like that. But what I did love was learning the history of the local area.
And that's what I
doing
really
the tour.
think about the ghost tours, is it puts this like entertaining spin on history itself, where you kind of get the thrill and get the history at the same time.
I agree.
Yeah.
So, all right. Is that all we have for this topic?
That's all we have right now.
Cool.
Maybe we'll touch base on this again on like maybe the psychological
we could
view
do a lot
of it.
more with this type of stuff.
We
Paranormal is a
definitely
very broad topic,
Yeah.
so I'm sure it could come around again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, special thanks as usual to Johanna Drago. She did the content design, set design, and logo design for this podcast. And special thanks to Michelle Grum for giving us her topic today.
That was a good one.
Remember, if you want to send your topics, wehateforks@gmail.com. All right? You can find us on SoundCloud. You can find us
Podbean.
on... Not SoundCloud, dang it. Podbean. Twitter.
All of your
Facebook,
favorite podcasts. Sorry.
Facebook and all your favorite podcasts. Just look at the show notes. And the music for the show is a song called As I Am by Josh Woodward.
Yep.
Again, a link to his website can be found in the show notes.
So that being said, our sign off.
Boo! I'm a ghost.
Boo!
We're ghosts. Oh my god, plot twist. We were ghosts the whole time. Alright, we've been waiting 2 episodes to eat, so we're going to go do that.
Yep.
You guys have a good night. Thank you once again for joining us on Big Spoon, Little Spoon. Again, every Thursday, 7 p.m. Don't forget to join us for a live premiere on our YouTube channel. Adios, amigos.
See you guys.